Hey, I'm just gonna act surprised like everybody else. We did it! I knew we could. Yeah, thank God we did it. I knew we could. Hey, guess what? We did it. I'm feeling good. It's time to get it and feed the hood. Oh yeah, we did it. I knew we could. Nah, for real. We ball for real. Can't fall for real. Up so long, got folk thinking I'm tall for real. I give the spill, then break the mill.
And thanks for tuning in to the Here are the Five for the Raptors. D-Wade out there with Hardaway. Then there's Howard. Then there's Ewing. And it's McGrady in at the 3, the small forward. And for Detroit, Malone is out there with Garnett. Then there's Irving. Then there's Thomas. And it's Russell in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Howard dishes to Wade. Shoots over Malone. That one's not going to go. The Pistons go the other way with it. That's tipped. Hardaway with the steal. The finish. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. Russell left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Ewing. And that one goes long.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
And the basket by Wade.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Yeah, Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency. It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
Hardaway passes to Wade. Here is Howard. Back to Wade. Pulls up on the wing. Second shot opportunity. And yes, it's good.
And Ewing with that size really creates a tough matchup, especially when he's attacking the offensive board.
Always going up for the alley-oop here.
Finally, after all those clanks, someone comes through for him.
Oh, yeah, you can hear the sigh of relief from here. Now they've got to build on that first bucket.
Here's Wade, and it's Wade with the jam.
And this is when Wade is at his best. He's an outstanding penetrator who gets to the bucket in no time.
For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lets a floater go, and Thomas with the nice bucket inside.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Wade outside. 36 seconds left in the first. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Russell. Carter comes in for Karl Malone. And it's Drexler in for Irving. Raptors also changing it up. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Howard. Barry comes in for McGrady. And it's Nash in for Hardaway. To the left side wing. Nash kicks to Ewing. Down low. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Ewing's got 7.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. They decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Detroit looking at who they've got. They've got Drexler. Draymond Green is out there with Carter. Then it's Thomas, and it's Garnett in at the 5, roaming the paint. Ewing, terrific assist, a nice finish, solid play all around. Chris, is there someone you competed with that you feel is underrated by history, has not been given their due?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think when you look at White Chalk to Jason Williams, what he started in the culture of play and what he continued. You look at Ben Wallace, who I played with 4 years at Washington, and he was coming off the bench there, and we saw that potential with him. I mean, the way he led the league in rebounding, his defensive prowess. I mean, the Pistons wouldn't have had a championship and gotten to another final if it wasn't for him. And also, I got to shout my man out, Mike Bibby and Peja Stojakovic, two of the best shooters I've played with.
Oh, great names, and I totally agree. Up again. It's good on the putback. Ewing's got the lead up to 12 now for Toronto.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
It's a brand new era in Detroit. I mean, Dwayne Casey has been given the reins. There's a lot to like about the future. In a short time, has Detroit excited.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Howard's checked in for Nowitzki. McGrady comes in for Barry. Hardaway's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Steve Nash.
Oh, improving his floor awareness. Howard has a decent sense for when his guys are open.
And Chris, for the Pistons, as we know, it's been a while without sustained success.
Yeah, Kevin, they are hoping that last year was a foundation type season. I mean, they had good results for them as they built this roster. This team is forming an identity and rebuilding the right way.
Here's Wilkins. Pass to Malone. Nice ball movement by Detroit. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Mullen. Releases from the wing and drills it.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Detroit making a switch here. Irving's checked in.
Back on the floor, Julius Irving.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Now the pass to McGrady. 6 to shoot. Curry with it. Wilkins picks him up. The shot by Curry, no good.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
Shot's good by Stojakovic.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Curry. The putback. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what...
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It's Toronto with the advantage at the half. They lead by 10. Jack, what was your... That's all for now. Say goodbye to...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Patrick Ewing in this game so far, he has been everywhere.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, you must try to match his energy level first and foremost. But right now, he's just out hustling guys to the ball.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. Tracy McGrady is out there with Howard. Then there's Ewing. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Hardaway in at the 1 spot. A floater, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Hardaway's nickname came from his grandmother. She was calling him pretty, but with that southern drawl, it sounded like Penny.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he knocks down the first one. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Pistons trailed by 9. Garnett outside. Pass to Thomas. Over Hardaway. Thomas, no luck. Toronto shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. The shot by Wade, no good.
Oh, just incredible. That spin shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot.
Outside Thomas. Inside. Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Karl Malone. Chris, at that free throw line, there's a lot of chirping, isn't there, among the players around the lane. It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, for the ones that aren't stuck in there and aren't tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action. And those times, too, you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up on some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes the guys are going, man, listen, I'm so tired. He's gonna make this free throw. Don't push me too hard on this. I gotta get rest for a couple seconds.
They say that, huh?
Oh yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie, and I was like, listen, man, you know Legs is gonna make this free throw, man. Don't come on, don't push me all the way to the basket. You'd have a good
What was the
laugh
response?
He pushed me into the
Passes it to Carter. Dishes it to Garnett. Kicks to Irving. He can't get that one. Wade with the defensive effort. Rejected by Nowitzki. And they'll keep possession. Nash against Carter. And it's Howard finishing it off.
When you lob it Howard's way, he'll find ways to finish. That's how talented of a dunker he is.
Wade against Irving. Teardrop shot, and it's good on the layup.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Pick up the pace, get the 2-for-1 here.
If that's how they want to end this quarter, they're going to have to score quickly.
Nash against Thomas. Here's Howard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Julius Irving.
Proving he can be crafty. Howard takes pride in fooling defenders and getting them to jump.
Good on the second free throw. Pistons trail by 10. Outside Mullen. Over Nash. No good. Shot missing. And so it's Toronto with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. We'll get right back to the action when we return. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Here's Wade. We've got Dominique Wilkins. Russell is out there with Garnett. Then it's Peja Stojakovic. And it's Mullen in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons.
And I'm a big fan of the awareness of Nash on the floor. A selfless player who's just fantastic at getting the ball to his open teammates in rhythm. And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Wade, Garnett with the block. Wilkins up top. Wade is covering. Wilkins kicks to Mullen. Pass to Stojakovic. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Stojakovic has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Pistons. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Wade on the wing, guarded by Garnett. Shot from the wing. Good on the jump shot. Wade's got 4 points in the quarter.
Wade has always been a gifted mid-range scorer. I mean, his jumper, extremely consistent.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Wilkins, and the layup falls. Wilkins has got his first points in this one.
Look at the space he had on that one, though. There's an obvious speed mismatch between the two.
Wade against Mullen. And it's Wade penetrating, and Wade slams it in.
Look, the aggressiveness of Wade, I mean, he's always a problem in the pick and roll with his athleticism and speed.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 11. 1:32 left in the fourth. A different look here for Detroit. Karl Malone's checked in for Stojakovic. Irving comes in for Mullen. And Thomas subbed in for Wilkins. Ewing's checked in for the Raptors. Hardaway comes in for Steve Nash. To the middle, here's Irving. And then Irving slams it in.
Finding the weakness in the defense, that's the court savvy of Thomas at work.
Wade outside. Wade double team. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Irving. Nice shot from 10 feet out. And 1:01 left in the game. And there's the pass to Ewing. Wade outside. McGrady against Garnett. McGrady kicks to Hardaway. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Ewing. Rebound by the Pistons.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Well, it's tough, man. When you get to this point in the game, you fought hard, did your best, but 3 just wasn't enough.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Here's Gasol. Malone with the block. They retain possession. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Mikan, no good. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that brings them within 8. Outside Curry. And so it's Toronto winning this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
I'm just searching for something that's real, cause this really not what they say.
I gotta smile, but honestly, how? I put my boy. Sometimes I see him in the cloud. I've been away for a while. I'm in the band in town. Debating about who is the greatest, what you debating about. I swear that it's always something. Get to it, I always want something. I swear that it's all assumption. Head out, they always want something.
I got a beautiful condo, stacking my bread for the house next. Labels keep trying to sign me. They do not have the amount yet. See, I come from a place where them don't usually amount. Boarded up houses across from the suburbs that's causing a feud like the northern and southern. To fight for the because society got them running in your mother's house. Cause they under your covers, there's no one to covers that's pointing they running for cover. The news ain't gon' cover, there's nothing to govern when each other to deal with each other for dealing to others, dealing with the facts, making wonder who gon' have my back when the storm thunder. He gon' take the cook it, make it, ain't no thinking twice. He don't never stutter, money in his sight, running to them numbers, that's the finish line. Right before he crosses blue and red lights, central book and covered. Something like his cousin, that's the way of life. Nothing's ever promised, but I got a
beautiful smile. Honestly, I forgot how. Since I put my boy in the... Sometimes I see him in the cloud. I've been away for a while. I'm in the band in town. Debating about who is the greatest, what you debating about. I swear that it's always something. Get to it, I always want something. I swear that it's all assumption. Head out, they always want something.
Spin as you go, helicopter. Spin as you go, helicopter. Spin as you go, helicopter.
Living with all of these strangers, staring at faces that you can't make. Standing in front of a mirror, forcing a smile, but I can't fake. 'Cause I'm feeling lost, I'm feeling confused, I'm losing my mind, I'm losing my view, and I'm trying to find something new. But baby, I'm not holding my breath. I need something to believe in. I need something that can keep me holding up than the ceiling. And I need something that will keep me on the ground.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. They've got Paul George. Gary Payton is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Bird in at the power forward position. And for Milwaukee, Michael Jordan is out there with Bryant. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Mourning. And it's Thurman in at the 5. On a pace with these two teams, Doris. You were the primary ball handler when you played. What was your style?
Well, I think, the style that players want to play in, Kevin, are the fast-paced, open-floor styles, which really allows you to showcase, number one, if you're a skilled basketball player. Number two, do you have great athleticism? Is speed your best attribute? To me, a free-flowing, fast-paced, sort of read and react system is the absolute ideal style.
Now, here is George. Alonzo Mourning unable to get his shot to go. LeBron against Bryant. 4 on the clock. Here's James. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Kobe. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. The putback. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
Payton finds George. Here's Bird. And Mourning sends it back.
And that's his signature. Mourning, a fantastic defender. Phenomenal at using those long arms to reject shots.
Payton with the ball. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good.
Peyton, a super vocal guy, constantly talking up a storm, always trying to get into the heads of the opposition.
Now here's Jordan. The pass to Thurman. Bird against Kobe. That's blocked by Bird. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Peyton with the ball.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Peyton against Bryant. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And stolen by Peyton. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And how about the determination there from Peyton? The glove showing off his fast hands yet again.
Outside Jordan. Bryant with it. Guarded now by Larry Bird. Paul George with the steal. Peyton outside. And they double up Peyton. He kicks to James. And it's off from three-point range. Bucks have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. It's taken away by Peyton. And here we go. Fast break. LeBron's got it. And the dunk by LeBron.
This guy is unguardable in the open floor. When LeBron gets into space, you might as well turn the lights out, Kevin.
They need this. Kobe, no good.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
Nobody near George. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
Boy, Kev, those are the instincts of LeBron James that we're witnessing. Just terrific at sensing when the defense has left one of his guys open.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We'll return shortly. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from what we've seen, guys from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
We've got Jordan. Walton is out there with Hill. Then there's Frazier. And it's Thurman in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. The Bucks working the ball around. Here's Frazier. Rebound by the Suns.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Here's Harper, and Walton sends it back.
And how about the anticipation and timing? You know, we talk about Walton's offense. How about the defense, though, he provides for this team?
Frazier, the pass to Hill. Shoots over Harper. No good off the back of the rim. Suns leading by 9. Pass to Barkley. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three, he might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Passes it to Harper. 5 to shoot. Good on the three-point shot. Harper's got the lead up to 12 now for Phoenix.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Pass to Thurman. Kicks it to Hill. Frazier with it. Covered by Gervin. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Harper the pass to Gervin. Floats one. Here's Shaq, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Ball's knocked loose. From deep three-point range, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Phoenix enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And it's been their rugged defense.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Phoenix had no problems getting going. They staged a good old-fashioned ambush, going on an aggressive 9-0 run at the start. And that's a wrap.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And Phoenix has possession. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Anthony Davis is out there with Bird. Then it's Gary Payton. Then it's Paul George. And it's LeBron in at the 2-guard spot. The pass to Kobe. Pass to Jordan. Shot clock at 6. It's good from about 19 feet. Jordan's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Bucks. And a wide open look for James. The three-pointer, no good. Bucks trail by 10. Bryant looking over the floor. Jordan against Bird. Jordan can't get it to go.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
The Suns shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
I think what amazes me about LeBron James is that he never stops pushing. This guy is pursuing greatness.
Second free throw, no good. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
Well, this speaks to the feel that Kristaps Porzingis has for the game of basketball. If you're open, he'll find you. Well, with Kristaps Porzingis, you love not only the skill, but the passion he plays with. You would never use the descriptor passive with this guy.
Pass to Bird, over Thurman. And the Suns miss again.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. No good that time. Bird with some nice D. Here's George. He feeds it to Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered. And Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Kobe against Payton. Here's Mourning. That's blocked by Bird. Feeds to James. And the dunk by James.
If you're going to step in front of LeBron James, we're going to question your sanity. Just a freak of nature.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Here's Payton. Here's Davis. There's the feed to LeBron. Outside, George over Porzingis. No good there off the double clutch. And so it's the Phoenix Suns with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Walton is out there with Hill. And there's Bryant. Then there's Mourning. And it's Frazier in at the point guard. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Here's Bryant. Great D that time from Payton. Phoenix leading by 10. He kicks to Bird. Shoots over Kobe, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Bird's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Suns. Now Bryant, and Hill has it in the corner. No good on the three. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Knocked loose. Here's Frazier. Yep, that one goes.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Davis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
At the line for the Suns, Anthony Davis. At the line for two.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second free throw, good. Doris, do you think it's more challenging for superstars in smaller markets, mid-sized markets?
You know, this is such an interesting debate in a world that has become, because of social media, so much smaller. You know, I do think that certain larger markets, LA, New York, can be a blessing and a curse. It does still feel like that media scrutiny is a little bit larger. When things are going well, it's the best thing in the world. When things aren't going so well, boy, those day by day, question after question can probably become pretty tedious.
And here's Kobe. Just 5 on the clock. No good that time. Great D that time from Payton. Suns leading by 13.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Suns.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for George.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and he comes up with the deuce. And the Suns lead by 15.
saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Mourning passes to Walton. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Davis.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony.
Bands in my pocket, it's on me. Yeah, your grandma will probably know me. Get my lonely. It's a moment when I show up, God, I'm saying wow. I got big racks. We gon' pull up in the Cullinan and double G. I keep a ticket on me, ain't nothing to me. I'm draped down in Givenchy. I just put blue guts in the Rari. Rich, only intersection, I'm sorry. Bust down, watch your shades by Bulgari. I spent 100,000 on my necklace check. Real street from the set check. I was in the projects, now I'm on the jet. I ain't even tryna talk if it ain't about a check, yeah. 100 bands in my pocket, it's on me. 100 deep when I roll like lonely. It's a moment when I show up, God, I'm saying wow. 100 bands in my pocket, it's on me. Yeah, your grandma will probably know me. Get my lonely. It's a moment when I show up, God, I'm saying wow.
Brand new everything. Yeah. Tell your friend to stop and come here. No, in a Rolls Royce, just got it. She wanna tell a friend about it. And the party ain't a party till I'm inside it. If they, then they invited. Wow. Mighty Duck Ice Challenge. And I'm looking for with no mileage. I'm back on my. How you feel about it? Big diamonds on my neck, can't even hide it. In the bathroom, in the bath row, in the front seat of the Lambo, on the West Coast.
God, I'm saying wow. 100 bands in my pocket, it's on me.
Yeah.
100 deep when I roll like lonely. It's a moment when I show up, God, I'm saying wow. 100 bands in my pocket, it's on me. Yeah, your grandma will probably know me. Get my lonely. It's a moment when I show up, God, I'm saying wow. Ring, do you hear me calling? Me no way, no drive. Do you hear me calling? Do you hear me calling? Me no way, no drama. Not a lover. Do you hear me calling?
2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings.
"2K Sports brings you the NBA on a Friday afternoon. TA, it's all yours.
Well, almost all of the Greek Freaks' points come in.
You're right, DA. It'll be scary. Thanks. And now the Lakers starting group. We've got West. Chamberlain is out there with Moses Malone. Then it's Richmond. And it's Kidd in at the point guard position. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Robertson. Then it's Reed. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Cowens in at the 5 spot. Clark, when you have two teams that are this athletic, what type of game you think you're going to see?
Well, you know what? Sometimes it can lead to guys trying to do too much. But when it's at its best with this kind of athleticism on display, I think you're going to see a high-octane, fun game. Well, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
The efficiency of Giannis, Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
And no good. Richmond with the defensive effort. And here's Kidd from the arc. Sinks the three-pointer.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Pass to Reed. Clippers moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. And here's Giannis from outside. Chamberlain with the rebound. 1:52 left in the first quarter of the game. Richmond, offensive rebound.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And the pass to Reed. Malone with the block.
And how about the quicks there by Malone to get up and deter that shot, utilizing that size and reach for the rejection. And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
The Lakers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Kidd passes to Malone. Leonard looking around. Pass to Cowens. 7-foot shot. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by West. And now running up the court. West pushing it up. And here they go. Here's Richmond. Here's Malone. And the rejection by Giannis. Here's Robertson, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
From anywhere in the lane, Robertson's strength and quickness usually means he's the last man standing.
Kidd against Robertson. For 3, Richmond. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. On the wing, Richmond. Over Giannis. Richmond with the bucket.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Lakers on top. They lead by 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. If you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
you got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Antetokounmpo. Petrovic is out there with White. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Durant in at the four-man position.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And that one's good by Petrovic.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Passes to Gasol. Iverson left side. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds. But that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
Here's Petrovic. Mirovic defending. From deep, Giannis. That one misses. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Iverson outside. Kicks to Mirovic. There's 53 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Iverson. Lets it go from the wing. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Outside, White. Outside, KD. So the wing on the left. Gasol against Embiid, and Gasol sends it back.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
Iverson against KD. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and it's Iverson who picks up the assist. Thompson's got the lead up to 1 now for the Lakers. From deep, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to be...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And the Lakers with possession here. They lead by 1. Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. They've got Malone. Chamberlain is out there with Richmond. Then there's West, and it's Kidd in at the point. Malone with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Reed kicks to Leonard. Poke loose. Clock at 6. Here's Robertson. He can't hit that time. Good defense by Kidd. The Lakers shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Malone outside. Fires for 3. And the Lakers Lakers get it back. Richmond for three. It's good from long range. Richmond's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Lakers.
Boy, Mitch Richmond, a great shooter from outside the arc. Really measures those shots well.
1:58 left to play here in the third. Back to Robertson. With the teardrop, Chamberlain with the block.
Man, what a well-coordinated athlete at his size. To add that superior timing, hard to get shots over Wilt Chamberlain.
Richmond no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Malone with the block.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Well, you got to admire and appreciate the unselfishness. I mean, Kidd always looking up and looking out for his guys. I mean, excellent at finding the open man.
Kidd against Robertson. And the basket by Kidd. And now it's an 8-point Laker lead.
And Kidd using that size well inside. Fantastic with the read of the D there and exploiting the weakness.
Here's Giannis. Robertson trying to break free. Back to Antetokounmpo. Just 5 to shoot. The shot from the low post is good.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Richmond outside. Kidd passes to Malone. West outside. The feed now to Chamberlain. On the wing, Richmond. Antetokounmpo defending. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Coming on the floor for your Clippers, Andre Kirilenko. Kyrie Irving.
Irving against West. Irving looking for an opening. Can't get it to fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Defensively, 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Clippers trail by 6. Andre Kirilenko is out there with Reed. Then there's Russell Westbrook, and it's Durant, and it's Irving in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Kidd. And it's Durant with the rebound. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Over Kidd. It's rebounded by West. Lakers leading by 6. Throws it up high, and it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
Boy, I tell you, for such a big guy, Kevin, what a remarkably fluid athlete. You can see why he competed and excelled in the high jump in college. And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
And for the Lakers, they're shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Kidd passes to Malone. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Clippers running out of time. Here's Westbrook. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
A second chance effort. Chamberlain down low. Guarded by Kirilenko. Counted good.
And I'll tell you, the combination of agility, wingspan, and stamina, very difficult to keep Wilt from scoring off those misses.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 10. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. He wants them to work for more easy baskets in transition. He said, the moment we take possession of the ball, I want us to attack. If there's nothing there, then you can pull it back out and run the offense. Kevin?
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. Shot clock at 6. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, really, when you look at Antetokounmpo, he's got it all. I mean, he can score it, rebound it, he passes it pretty well, defends with intensity, and he's really versatile and gonna continue to get better because of his work ethic.
He gets the first, and that brings them within 8. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Boy, he'd sure like to have that miss back. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving freebies at the line.
Here's Richmond. And the rejection by Giannis.
Yeah, and Malone excels at putting himself in a great position, really, on both ends. Just a dynamite rebounder and interior scorer.
And both free throws good for Malone. 1:06 left to play here in the fourth. And here is Antetokounmpo to the inside. Collins. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Yeah, the length of Antetokounmpo is it's hard to deal with, quite honestly, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll.
Chamberlain down low. Reed on him. Some solid defense from Reed. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Antetokounmpo.
Man, the attitude of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. Really what you want to see in your team's best player. He's a guy that doesn't back down when the game gets tight and things are on the line.
And the Clippers have possession. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. .29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Oscar Robertson. That's his first personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And kid, really just a nightly triple-double threat. Big point guard who can score, pass, and also rebounds the ball.
From deep. Rebounded by Wilt Chamberlain.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Richmond outside. And so the Lakers take the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
Check it. You ain't have to finesse it. 2 praying hands, I know I'm protected. I'm the GOAT, Lord is my shepherd. Dude like Robin, Rolex, diamonds. Fendi flip-flops, I'm styling. Buy brown Rolex diamonds. Ayy, I do like Robin. Rolex diamonds. Ayy, I do like Robin. Fendi flip-flops, I'm styling. Like Robin. Fendi flip-flops, I'm styling. See me like Batman. It's none of them. Ayy. Ayy, my bro went. Don't need it. No. But I can't take a loss. No. I throw it up. Ayy, y'all living in luxury. Where I'm from. Summer love. You would think this is the summer league. I was in hoopies and they wasn't with me. Will used to shake when it did over 60. I'ma come clean cause they did me filthy. Only got stronger cause it didn't. And they know the vibe. Act like they are but they not on my side. I went to a but nobody cried cause this every day and it's not a surprise. This how it is, a day in the life. Check all your mirrors while you at the light. I'm from a place that nobody goes. Better leave early, don't stay to a close. Dude like Robin. Rolex diamonds. Fendi flip-flops, I'm styling. Buy brown Rolex diamonds. Ayy, I do like Robin. Rolex diamonds. Ayy, I do like Robin. Fendi flip-flops, I'm styling.
The Chicago River winding its way through. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. They've got Magic Johnson. Chris Bosh is out there with Pippen. Then it's Harden. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Chicago, Worthy out there with John Stockton. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Duncan. And it's Baylor in at the 3. And the shot goes down. And the guys up front may determine, Brent, the outcome tonight. What elements make for a fantastic front court?
Well, nowadays it's about skilled front court players, guys who have the ability to not only shoot it, but also dribble handoff, make decisions with the basketball to help open up and spread up your offense for your guards and your quicker players to slash and find those gaps.
Pass to Stockton. This one for 3. The shot misses. And it's Denver the other way. Here's Bosh. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
He had a couple of turnovers here early on in the quarter, but he's got to just tighten it up a little bit.
To the paint, and Duncan throws it down hard.
Yeah, you got to love the recognition there. Stockton just so unselfish, always looking to find the open man.
Now.
Say she came from the nose, he a dog, I lay paw. I ain't fighting it all, no. I just tell that I'm all. I buy it all, I want it all. Been on you like a star. We the youngest involved. Lost my voice, me the hall. Don't get no right at the picture. Pop little bit for the bomb. Crapping you right at the picture. Hardbally can't get my number. I cover him as soon as he.
This from earlier on, the Nuggets getting off the team bus and showing their fashion sense. Got to make a grand entrance when you're on the road. In the game now, let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. We've got Chris Bosh, Harden out there with Magic Johnson. Then it's Kareem, and it's Pippen in at the small forward. And for the Bulls, we've got John Stockton. Robinson is out there with Duncan. Then it's Baylor, and it's Worthy in at the 2. And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. Stockton against Johnson. Stockton passes to Baylor. Down low, here's Robinson. Duncan trying to break loose. Goes back up. Rebound by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Steve, tonight we have a great matchup at the center spot. Talk about how that position has evolved over the last couple of years.
I think because of the rules, Kevin, there's not a lot of space when guys are posting up because of the defensive rules right now. You can sit in the post guy's lap, especially if he's dominant. So I think guys, as a post player now, saying I got to go out to the three-point line, I got to go out to the free throw line to be able to have some spacing to make shots.
Johnson, and the shot goes in.
And when you have this kind of size
as a point guard. What a tremendous advantage. Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. That's good from Johnson. The Bulls have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
The shot from 20 feet away. No good from Duncan.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
Bulls still looking like they're getting going. 6-point game.
Well, not an easy time on offense for the Bulls last year. They struggled mightily on the offensive end. 3rd worst in the league in effective field goal percentage.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Stockton kicks it over to Worthy. Stockton passes to Duncan. The dish to Worthy. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Stockton. And again, no good by Chicago. And with the Bulls an effective field goal percentage, it's due to the lack of outside shooting.
Yeah, this team can shoot decently from outside. They just choose not to. Last in the league in threes. Just a play-style decision the organization is going with.
Olajuwon's checked in for Chicago. Here's Paul. Excellent D from Stockton.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
To the inside, Baylor. The basket is good. The assist from Stockton.
Yeah, you gotta love the recognition there. Stockton just so unselfish, always looking to find the open man.
Sabonis finds Paul. With the floater. Excellent D from Stockton. Bulls trail by 4. For 3. Connects from 3-point range. Baylor's got 5 now.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Paul against Stockton. The pass to Olajuwon. Back to Stockton. 4 seconds left. And it's sent back by Allen. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nuggets lead by 1. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Abdul Rauf is out there with Allen. Then it's Pierce. Then it's Weber. And it's Sabonis in at the center, filling out the middle. For Denver, they have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. Steve, we're seeing teams around the league putting up a lot of 3-point shots. I'm sure you would have enjoyed playing in this era so much with that green light shooting three.
I would, Kevin. Getting a chance to shoot maybe 5 or 6 more three-point field goal attempts takes your numbers up. But I also think a lot of these teams are copycats. Everybody can't shoot the three. Work on your game and what's best for you. High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Pass to Abdul Rauf. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Abdul Rauf's got 6 here in this quarter.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Doncic against Abdul Rauf. Here's the lob to the hoop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. With some arc from 17 feet out, and Weber with the basket on the assist by Abdul Rauf.
And that mid-range Jay of Weber, fantastic at scoring from that area of the floor.
Here's Doncic. It's blocked. Ginobili against Abdul Rauf. The feed to Weber. Passes it to Sabonis. Count the basket. Sabonis has got the lead up to 7 now for Denver.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Stockton against Johnson. And they double up Baylor. Outside Worthy. 6 to shoot. To the left wing. Stockton from outside. And that one is off. And Denver the other way now. Pass to Harden. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Pippen. The 3 from Johnson. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's the pass to Robinson. That one goes. Count it.
I love watching Robinson work there in the paint. Possesses that strength and touch around the basket.
Harden against Worthy. Harden the pass to Johnson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. So that'll be it for the first half. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game, a pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Nuggets leading by 5. Worthy out there with Stockton. Then there's Duncan. Then it's Baylor. And it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's the group for Jim Boylan as we begin the second half. Duncan against Harden. 5 on the clock. Over Duncan. Great D that time from Duncan. The Bulls shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Stockton passes to Duncan. Harden with the defensive effort. On the wing, Johnson. Worthy defending. Feeds it to Pippen. Tries again. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. Nice shot by Worthy.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. They're scoreless since the first half. Here's Harden. Duncan with the block.
And that's part of his game. Love seeing Duncan just sky up there to reject shots. Does a great job of utilizing that wingspan along with his timing. And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Pippen with the steal. 46 seconds left in the third. Harden against Duncan. Pass to Bosh. Back to Harden. The tray. They get it back. Robinson with the block.
And there you see why Robinson is the anchor of this defense. Massive wingspan, easily allowing him to turn away shots.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Worthy against Harden. With 1 on the clock, and that one released in time, but no good. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Nuggets lead by 1. And when we return, we'll get the 4th. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. So out there for the Nuggets right now, we've got Pierce. Parrish is out there with Sabonis. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Abdul Rauf in at the 2 spot. Paul against Stockton. Paul looking over the floor. Clock at 4. And that one, good. Paul's got his first 2 points.
He's one of the best in the business, Chris Paul, a phenomenal ball handler.
Paul against Stockton, and that one, good.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the 4th quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
Here's Paul. Duncan with the block. 1:46 left in the 4th quarter. Stockton dishes to Doncic. The basket is good. The assist from Stockton. Stockton's got his 4th assist in this one.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
There's been an emphasis on ball movement, and he's been a major catalyst.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. 1:41 left to play in the final quarter. So for the Bulls, Robinson's checked in for Hayes, and Miller's subbed in for Doncic. Weber, he's checked in for Denver. Allen comes in for Paul Pierce. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Mike Malone talked to his team during that last time out. This is a close game, as you know, but he sounded extremely confident confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move. Right now. Kevin?
Ball against Stockton. Fires top of the key. And David Robinson pulls it down.
And that's okay. Even though you missed, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Ball against Stockton. Here's Robinson. Second chance shot. And it's blocked. And they're able to recover. They got him on the arm, but it still can. Baylor, he's checked in for Miller. Free throw drops for Worthy.
And really a great job to maintain his composure. How about the body control there? Now he gets the and one and turns this into a two-possession game.
Harden against Worthy. Harden, no good. So it's Chicago now. They lead by 4. Stockton kicks it over to Worthy. Johnson against Stockton. Over Johnson. And again, Chicago. No good. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what do you think?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
They also need to get the best shot you can as quickly as you can, and then immediately foul.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Tim Duncan.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
From deep, Johnson. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Now Stockton. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you later.